Hey guys, it's Jake and Sarah Salyer with Hearth Homes Realty, another episode of At Our Kitchen Table. Today we are just going to give you a general market update. What we are seeing in the market, it has been booming, and then kind of a lull. So we started the year off a little bit slow, hit the spring market. It was crazy, and I would say we're still a little crazy, but we're kind of winding down the crazy.
Yeah, so obviously coming right out of the holidays at the beginning of the year, that's kind of a normal, everyone's kind of just still snowed in. You could use that phrase. And then right about February, it was just kind of like some buyers just were poking their head out of the snow, basically. And it was like, all right, we're ready. Interest rates were still creeping down at that time, though. So that's very important that they were starting to creep down.
People saw a glimmer of hope.
Yes. Yeah. People were kind of like, oh, okay. So
that's gone.
Yeah, that's gone. Obviously, we had some things happen in our world that kind of put a halt to that. But the rates are still like 6.1, 6.2. They're not terrible, but they're not like obviously in the fives.
We're actually seeing a lot of first-time homebuyer incentives still that will get rates crazy low. The OFA gift, I mean, there's been some really interesting things that I was like, oh, wow, you can take that gift. The crazy thing about some of these gifts, you have to pay them back. So they're a gift for now, but on the back side, you have to pay those back.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Well, it is interesting, and it's very important to understand that up front for sure. It's kind of like having a seller pay your closing costs. Yes, we're asking them to, in theory, roll it into the loan, and you aren't having to come out of pocket for it now, but you're paying for it over the lifeline of your loan. So really, what we always tell people, do you need more money in your bank now, or do you need a lower monthly payment? So just very important things to talk through with your lenders and which loan program is the right one for you, especially as we're coming into the summer markets. Another thing that on the seller side, switching from buyers to sellers, which you can expect, we're still experiencing longer days on market, which is not abnormal for the market that we're in right now.
So I would definitely say that this is a buyer's market.
Yeah.
Sellers are, it's slowed down depending on the house. Now, if the house is awesome, we tell everybody, if you think the house is awesome, everybody else thinks the house is awesome too. Yeah. They are still selling quickly because people know. But if the house is semi-mediocre, days on market are going to stack. A lot of it is just interest rates. People just are not in a hurry. So it's definitely shifted back to a buyer's market where they have their options.
Well, two things. People aren't in a hurry, and unfortunately, people don't have a lot of money in the bank. Just with, in general, it's hard to save. The cost of living and everything goes up. If it's a family, they've got kids and sports and extracurriculars. And so a lot less people have more money in the bank to be able to be okay with a higher interest rate. To like, that's okay. We can put more down to accommodate for that. It's just not feasible anymore. So homes are sitting longer because there's just not as much flexibility in people's finances.
So general market overview, what we are seeing is first-time home buyers are kind of sitting. So that price range around the 250s, not flying.
Yeah.
The upgrade home, so your secondary home, so those first-timers when they are moving into the next price range, and that 400s, that seems to be the really moving market currently, or maybe the downsize. We'll call that mid-range, where people are going from their expensive house and they're deciding to just come into something that's kind of a mid-range home. So the 250s not flying, the 600s not flying. That 400 to 500 mark is really moving in our market. And
also, though, what's flying is new construction. New construction is still selling like crazy, which
executives.
Well, yeah, executives, a lot of what is now Lennar, D.R. Horton, Capital Homes, a lot of those are moving. But I can't speak for executive because I don't think that they do a lot of, I don't want to say kickback, but I don't think they do a lot of, like, if you use our title company, our lender, and all of us, there are other builders that offer programs for the buyers. So that they require less out of pocket. So I feel like that's another reason why new construction is kind of taking off too.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. They are building literally everywhere. If there is a plot of land, I mean, it's been there since I've been a kid.
Yeah.
I look over, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're
tons of development.
So,
yeah.
That is our general market overview. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far, another episode of At Our Kitchen Table, and you guys have a great day.